Hello, YouTube. James Baker here, and today I have a great call with a gentleman from Honduras who has a nice company, and he wants to open a new company. They provide services for people who are in the U.S., like support services, and we get into it in the call. And he has a lot of questions about contracts, who can own a U.S. LLC, why do they not have to pay taxes, what do they have to report, what forms, what filings. It's a pretty quick call in terms of how fast the information out there. There's not a lot of fluff. I think it's a great call, very informative, and that you're going to enjoy it immensely. So let's get to the call. And if you're not going to stay the whole call, you can find information about scheduling a call with me yourself in the description below. But let's just get to this call. I know you'll love it.
Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up. Haven't done my taxes, I'm too turned up.
Hello, James.
Hello, Isaac. Yes, I hear you. How you doing? Good morning.
Doing good. How you doing?
Doing great. Back onto my YouTube calls. I probably postponed you 3 times, but I'm happy you showed up and happy to be back doing these calls.
That's good. That's good. Give me just a second. I'm gonna just put my bots. Okay. Can you hear me, James?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can. No, I can hear you also. Good. Okay. I've been looking forward for this meeting.
Hey, I've been looking forward to getting back into the calls too. Why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself and your business and what's going on? We'll see how I can help.
Okay. So my name is Isaac Cabrera. I'm from Honduras, and I created a company in the U.S., an LLC, on Delaware, right? And I'm a little bit confused with all this taxes stuff, right? Should I pay? Should I not pay taxes? If so, which taxes should I pay? Which forms should I use? And the thing is that the people I hire for this to create the company, it feels like they haven't explained that well, that part of all the taxing and everything, right? So that's practically my main concern right now.
What do you do for your business?
It's trucking. We provide services for trucking companies,
What kind of services?
dispatch services.
Oh, so you like phone centers and organization, logistical stuff remotely from
Exactly, management, freight management. That's it.
freight management, but it's like an outsourced freight management from Honduras, you said, right?
Exactly.
Okay, cool.
Exactly. That's right.
Okay. So, and you use like one of the company incorporator services to open your company?
Pardon?
To open your LLC, you use one of those like a LegalZoom or something? Use like a service like that?
Yeah, something like that. It's actually it's a company at Miami, and they do the creation of LLC and stuff like that. But what I noticed later on, doing a little bit of research later on, I found out that they use some guys call, I don't know if it's Inkfile or I don't remember, but something like that. So they use a platform and then they resold the service, right? That's what they did practically. So
well, that's
at the end of the day, I'm doing it of myself.
You might have overpaid for it a little bit since they didn't add any additional value. The good thing is that those services, in terms of being a registered agent for a company, are pretty good. I do the same thing, but I don't, when I open a company for a client, I work with clients, we're doing more than just opening a company, but I still use like a big company to put their name as a registered agent to set it up like that. So, because you need a registered agent in Delaware, irregardless. But to answer your questions about the taxes, so you have a single member LLC? It's just you or the owner?
No, partnership. I have two partners, and all of them, we're from Honduras, the three of us.
So three guys from Honduras have a partnership. You do truck dispatching. Okay. So the LLC doesn't pay taxes. It's a pass-through entity. So all of the income is passing to you guys, and you guys are paying taxes as if the LLC doesn't exist. And that's it's usually a good thing, because in this example, it's like you have no U.S. source income because you're not doing anything in the U.S. And the sourcing is based on, it's determined in a couple of different ways, but most of it is where you are physically. So even though you're doing everything on the internet from Honduras, so technically the income you're earning in Honduras, and if Honduras had organized tax system, they'd probably make you pay taxes on it too, but they don't know about it, like most countries don't. They don't know that you have money coming from your LLC because you either leave it in your U.S. bank account or you just don't send it to Honduras, so they would never know about it. So that's like that's kind of where we're at right now, and why a lot of this digital nomad stuff works, and why some people in some countries can be digital nomads but actually live in their country all year. So I digress a little bit. So in summary, really, you should probably pay tax on all of your profits in Honduras because you're earning it there and you're located there, and the LLC is just a piece of paper, let's say, that facilitates U.S. banking, but you don't have any U.S. source income, so you don't have any requirement to pay U.S. income taxes.
Okay. But I do have to pay the state tax, right, or something like that, right?
Yeah, you have to, to keep your company in legal standing, you have to renew it every year. Yeah. So to keep your LLC in legal standing, you have to renew it every year. There's some tax filings that you have to do with the U.S. because you have the company. Because it's a multi-member LLC, you file a partnership tax return, a Form 1065, and it's really interesting. This is something I've reviewed a lot. I have a multi-member LLC master guide video on the channel you could check out. It's like 20 minutes long, and it goes into much greater detail. But what happens is the LLC has to report the results of the company, and then as a partner of the LLC with no effectively connected income, you get a statement showing how much profit's yours, how much income is yours, but you don't have to pay tax on it in the U.S. because it's not effectively connected with U.S. trade or business.
Okay. Do I require to have an ITIN even though I'm not going to pay taxes?
No, the principal requirement, the IRS is the one that issues the ITINs.
Correct.
So the principal requirement is for allowing you or permitting you to file a U.S. tax return. But since you don't have any requirement to pay taxes, you don't really have to file a tax return. If you had a business that was higher risk, for example, if you traveled to the U.S. once every 2 or 3 months to serve clients and stuff, I would recommend you file a U.S. tax return to protect yourself. But since you're doing literally nothing in the U.S. at all, and you have nothing there except for clients, it's pretty clear that you don't have to pay any income taxes in the U.S.
Okay. And so practically, if all the service it's being performed, I guess that's the word, perform. I don't know. Here, offshore, right, or near shore in another country. If the money stays in the U.S., there's no need. Practically, it's not being taxed at all, right?
It's not being taxed by the U.S. exactly.
By the U.S., correct. Is there any problem with leaving the money in the U.S.? Or is there any specific amount, or okay, what if we have already $1 million in a U.S. bank account, right? And we haven't bring it here. Is there going to be any problem? Is there somebody that's going to call us out?
You can. I mean, the banks only insure up to $250,000, so you could open different accounts. You can diversify. You can invest. Mm-hmm. But generally, no, there's not a problem with leaving the money in the U.S. accounts.
Okay. There's a plan that we have because we want to partner with somebody else for investment, right? But we want to create a new LLC, right? But one of the partners of that new LLC, it's going to be the actual LLC that we already have, and the investors apart separately, right? So is that going to make that company that we're going to create, the new LLC, taxable because the LLC is a U.S. business, or it's not going to be taxable?
What's the new business going to be?
Okay, sorry. So, okay, I told you we are on dispatch, right? On logistics, right? The LLC that we currently have, right? It was for outsourcing. That's the word, right? For outsourcing any type of work, stuff like that, right? That was the main idea of doing the first LLC, right? Back off outsourcing. So with this LLC, we wanted to create a new LLC, right? Just for the trucking business, because the trucking business is going to receive some investment money, right?
Oh, so you're going to be doing actual trucking in the U.S.
No. Okay. Well, it's gonna be, so the company is just starting. Okay. The dispatch company is just starting, right? We haven't started operations yet, and what we have is an LLC for outsourcing. That's what we do, right? So we want to create a business which is going to be, it's already in process practically. It's going to be the dispatch service for the trucking companies in the U.S., right? So we want to create a company just for that business, because the other business, okay, so the name of the business that we already have, it's called Snap Media BPO, Business Process Outsourcing, right? LLC. That's what we have right now. That's the business we have. We do call center, back office, and stuff like that, right? Now, we're going to receive investment to work on this dispatch company, right? But we don't want to give a part of a Snap Media BPO to our investors, because that's a different business, right? We just want to create a new business, and on that new business, we're going to have our investors be partners with Snap Media BPO LLC, right?
Is this new business going to have any physical presence in the U.S.?
No. It's the same. That's the same. Always going to be Honduras.
I mean, it complicates it a little bit. I mean, it's a whole separate filing and everything, but it shouldn't be a problem. Obviously it's more companies and interconnecting well makes it a little more complicated, but yeah, it's not a problem.
Okay, I'm asking because I've seen your videos, and you're talking about, for example, if you have a U.S. partner, then you
Are they U.S. based
They are not, but the LLC, it's a Delaware company, so I don't know if that's going to affect, right?
the ultimate thing is having the business, the partners, the business not in the U.S. If you don't have any partners who are U.S. persons and you have no presence in the U.S., it shouldn't be a problem.
Okay, it shouldn't be a problem. Okay. Let's see what else. Yeah, so, but we can create an LLC with one LLC being partner on that one, right? That's not a problem, right?
No, not a problem.
Not a problem.
It's just more, yeah, it's not a problem.
Not a problem. Okay. Yeah, so I guess that was like practically my main concerns. Okay. If we didn't operate for a year, right? Because we opened the company, we created a company last year on like about September.
Okay.
The one that we already have, Snap Media BPO LLC, right? We created that about September. We got our EAN, all the stuff, but we did not operate at all. We had it on pause, right? Stuff happened and we had it on pause. We didn't operate at all, right? Then apparently there was no tax to pay, nothing to declare, because there were no operations at all, not even costs. So we didn't do anything, but we right now are being told that we might have a charge for not doing an annual report or something like that.
Well, you have to pay your annual. You have to pay the state to renew the company. In terms of tax filings, for a partnership that has no activity, you actually don't have to file, but you still always have to renew with the state. I mean, it's only a couple $100, and you have to just that's how you keep the company legal standing.
Yeah, that's like about $300 on Delaware. On Delaware.
And then you have to probably pay a registered agent, which should be at least another 100.
Correct. They already provide us like the first year for free, but they haven't charged us again for another year of registered agent, right?
Okay.
That's it. And the other thing is that I Googling around, right? I noticed that you're not obligated to file an annual report if it's a Delaware company. So not sure on that. That's just what I saw online, but not sure on that.
Yeah, you have to renew Delaware companies every year. It's $300 for LLCs, and you have to have a registered agent too. If you don't pay your registered...
I know I have to pay it. I'm talking about the annual report.
That is the annual report.
That is the annual report? Paying that, it's the annual report.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I
mean, whatever. There's no other. It's that. It's the file. It's that and the tax return. Some people call the annual tax report, the annual renewal. Generally, the annual report it's referred to as the state report. But yeah, there's only two things you have to do: is comply with the IRS and comply with the state.
Okay. That's it. Practically it. Okay. By the way, I know this call is being recorded, right, for the video and stuff like that. So this is gonna get edited, right? Because I'm gonna ask you for pricing right now, or if you can quote me, send me a quote or something.
I'll email you. I have like a proposal email for like our basic service. So I'll just email it to you, and then you can have all the details and look it over and see what's included and everything else. But generally the idea is for our clients. Obviously, we're more expensive than like working with like Inkfile or whatever, because that just opens the company. But we do a lot more for you. And we're basically, I'm here to help you with all the stuff you need: contracts, documents, whatever.
Of course. We need, exactly. That's what we need help with, right? For example, the filing of those forms. I've seen those forms myself. If for a U.S. person, it's complicated. Just imagine for somebody outside the U.S.
I tell everyone, my clients usually are, established businesses. They're successful and they want to focus on getting more revenues and selling more of their services and improving their business. And then they outsource this, just like I outsource a lot of stuff for my business too, like the stuff I don't want to do, like whatever marketing stuff or whatever. So yeah, that's exactly who I help. If you guys are operating, making money and stuff, and you want to do this right and not spend hours and hours learning about it, watching my YouTube channel, then that's what you can pay me to help you with it. But if you want, there's a lot of videos you can sift through. There's hundreds of hours of content you can watch.
Yeah, no, but believe me, I watch a lot, man, but I still don't want to do it.
Yeah, I don't blame you.
I think it's just going to be easier, and especially, if I do it myself, probably I might mess that up one time, and that could be a big deal, and then just looking for that not to happen. I prefer for experts to handle that type of stuff, right? So.
And you have investors and stuff now. You have a lot going on, so you need to do it right. So yeah, I'll send you an email with like the details, more or less, of what our packages are, and then we can just go finish that through email.
Excellent, James. I would really appreciate that. Any information that can help me out, so to have an idea and include that on the budget, right? Because I've seen a lot, as I mentioned, I've seen a lot of your videos. So I really like how you guys work. I also like that you guys talk Spanish. So that's our main language, by the way. So
and I was thinking, I almost started the call by saying, hey, can we talk in Spanish? Because I don't do enough videos for my Tu Empresa en America channel. So I was like, I should have the video in Spanish.
I'm sorry.
No, it's not you.
I'm sorry.
It's much easier for me. It's early. I'm much better at English. But
exactly.
Yeah, we'll do next time we do a call. It'll be in Spanish. No worries.
Okay. Yeah, I can. That's my native language. From
Honduras.
Honduras, exactly. Yeah. But yeah, I just thought it would be better just in English. You would have a better, you would explain me better in English than you would in Spanish probably. Or I don't know.
I
I don't want
actually,
to.
I've had very similar conversations to this in Spanish very many times. So it gets better every time. So it's pretty close right now,
Awesome.
this conversation.
That's awesome. That's
Can't talk about anything else, but I can talk about taxes and companies.
That's great. That's awesome. Well, that's what I like, and especially that my investors, they only speak, they understand English, right? But they mostly don't speak English, right?
So if you decide
anytime-
if you want to move forward and all of that stuff, then we can have another call. We'll do it in Spanish with all of them, and we can go over everything and how we set it up and the documents or whatever.
Great, excellent, excellent. So, yeah, on the pricing information, I will need stuff about creating the new LLC, the tax filing forms. What else? What else do you guys do?
I'll just send you all our basic package includes all of that, but it's more of what you need. You know, it's not just I don't want to just give you stuff you offer you and things you don't need, but I think our main expert expansion package is perfect for businesses like yours. It was just, and you know exactly what you explained in the call.
Great, excellent, excellent. Well, that's practically it then.
Great. Well, I'll send you that email. Thanks for the call. I double booked the rest of the day for these calls because sometimes people don't show up. So I have two people potentially going to get on the phone with me in the next minute or two. So we'll see how it goes.
Good, good.
Nice to meet you, Isaac. We'll be in touch. Okay.
Of course, it was a pleasure, James. Thank you so
Likewise.
much for your time.
Okay. See ya.
See ya.
So that call was really nice. Isaac has a great business. I think there's a lot of opportunity for people in other countries to provide support services for U.S. businesses that U.S. businesses didn't even know was available. Before, I imagined that they had, this trucking company had a call center of their own in the U.S. based on where they're paying everyone insurance and benefits, and the cost of paying a bunch of people who live in the U.S. might be more than paying people in Honduras. It's cheaper to live in Honduras, so they can afford to. Honduras people can work for a little bit less than people in the U.S. can, and they provide a better service. So it makes sense for everybody. That's why there's a business opportunity for Isaac, and why it's helping the U.S. company too. And globalization is real, and we're all connected. It's a beautiful thing, and I love it. I think it's great. So happy to have that call and talk to Isaac. The moral of the story here is if you do everything from outside the U.S. and you just use the U.S. company and the U.S. banking, it shouldn't be a problem. And you shouldn't have to pay taxes, but there are things to comply with. There are requirements. There are legal documents you should use to protect yourself. There's a lot to go over, but actually having to pay taxes, not having to pay tax is a huge benefit here. So thanks, Isaac, for taking the call. Hopefully we get to work together. And if you're watching the video and you enjoyed it, leave a comment. If you have a question, you can schedule a call. There should be descriptions or links in the description below. I'm starting to do calls again, so I'm looking forward to talking to more and more people. Like I said in the call, I have some people waiting. So thanks for your attention today. I hope you learned something, and I appreciate you being here, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay? Hasta luego.